Wonderful. So, welcome to your midweek chill and still. I am your host, Brit. For those that are new to our session or newer, over the course of the next 30 minutes, we'll be breaking our practice down into three pieces. We'll be starting with a little bit of a shorter grounding practice to find that notion of stillness in the body, begin to slow the mind perhaps. And then we'll spend a good amount of time in a body scan or progressive relaxation. I like to spend time doing the body scans and relaxations because I feel like it's almost like a public service. We spend so much time accumulating little micro stresses that we hold in our body. And so I feel like this time together, even if it's just once a week, is a time just to begin to notice what it's like to unravel some of that tension and allow the body and the nervous system to maybe find a bit of a baseline. So with that being said, I invite you to just notice what you're showing up with. So just the practice begins right away as we tune into how we're feeling. Noticing sensations of the body, perhaps. Noticing experiences from earlier in the day, conversations, memories, all of the things that we sometimes push away. I invite you to really begin to tune into what is here now. How do we honor what is here and make friends with it? If you could envision yourself opening your arms to yourself, as though you're greeting an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time, with tenderness and love and attention. And if our friend is happy or sad or mad, we hold space for them, don't we? So in this moment, I invite you to do the same for yourself. If you're ready and if it feels comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes. As we slowly begin to tune our journey in to the inner workings, the inner landscape. We might begin by noticing the parts of our body that connect with the surface that we're on. Allowing the body to soften and surrender to the surface. Allowing gravity to let the body settle. Perhaps you begin to soften the shoulders. Notice the ways in which the ground or chair or bed that you're on is rising to support you. And in that gentle act, you are supported. If just for this moment, you can surrender and let go. As we notice back body, so too perhaps let us notice front body. Perhaps noticing the gentle rise and fall of chest and stomach with each inhale and each exhale. Or perhaps you might notice the swirling sensation of air as you breathe in through your nose, and the sensation of air as you breathe out through your nose. Allowing your attention to anchor and rest with curiosity to the gentle sensation of your breath. From time to time, we might notice a background experience taking over our attention. The thinking mind, planning, imagining, dreaming. The emotional experience, or perhaps sensations in the body, in the room you're in. And whenever these moments arise, I invite you to attend with open arms, to be with whatever is here. And when you're ready, you might guide your attention back to the sensation of breath that best holds your attention for a few more breaths before it happens again. Our practice is a curious cultivation of our awareness. As we open our arms to whatever is here now, without judgment. Breathing in, I notice I am breathing in. Wow. And breathing out, I am here. I am present. And as we near the end of our first voyage together, I invite you to rest your attention with your breath for 3 more cycles. If you're comfortable where you are, I invite you to stay where you are. But if you feel like you might want to lay down for our body scan, then I invite you to make any movements that'll better support you in your practice. Noticing how by making these decisions and in being in choice, we're showing up for ourselves with kindness. To truly receive this time and cultivate it in a way that best supports us. Allowing yourself to find that sensation of stillness. What does stillness feel like in your body? Or perhaps when you become still, you notice that the body isn't still at all. And you might find yourself coming back to the sensation of breath in the body. Coming back to this beautiful breath and this breath. With your next inhale, I invite you to guide your attention to your feet. To your left foot and right foot. Sensing feet from the inside out. And as we allow our attention to rest on our feet with tenderness, perhaps we might consider all of the steps our feet have taken so far today. All the ways in which our feet have supported us so far this week. And all the ways that our feet will help us move through our worlds for the rest of the days to come. These feet are perfectly imperfect. These are my feet. I am grateful for my feet. And as we rest our attention on our feet with a sense of gratitude, Perhaps we might also explore what it's like to let go, to allow the feet to rest. With each exhale, allowing the feet to sink into the surface that you're on. To soften in this tenderness. Allow your attention to rise up ankles, to calves and shins, tops of knees and backs of knees. Sensing thighs from thigh bone, muscle extending out to skin. As we allow our attention to rise into hips and seat, to lower back. Taking a moment to fill our lower body with our awareness. As we notice the form and function of lower body. Perhaps we might notice some aches and pains as well. This lower body, perfectly imperfect. As we rest our tender attention on our lower body, I invite you to call to mind ways in which your legs, your full lower body help you do the things you love. Hiking and walking, dancing. And in this moment of tender awareness and gratitude, perhaps you might explore what it's like to let the lower body rest. With each exhale, to soften the lower body, the hips and seat, thighs and knees and calves. Allowing them to grow heavy and seemingly melt into the surface that you're resting on. And perhaps for a moment, we might allow our attention to rest on our stomachs, to notice the gentle rise and fall of belly with each breath in and out. How this gentle rhythmic motion massages away any tension in the belly, massaging inner organs. So we soften any tension away from the tummy. Perfectly imperfect. allowing our attention to find our spine, articulating the architecture of spine one vertebrae at a time, from tailbone, rising to base of skull. The form and function of spine. Softening shoulder blades gliding down the back. Finding backs of ribs wrapping around to sternum. As we rest our attention on our chest. Bone and muscle and skin. The protective form and function of chest. For herein lies lungs. This beautiful pair of lungs that help us to breathe 20,000 times a day. And nestled right in between, perhaps you might notice the gentle beating of your heart. As we rest our attention on our chest, I invite you to allow your heart space to radiate. Perhaps sensing warmth, tenderness, and a softening that allows the collarbone to broaden and allows the shoulders to fall away from the ears. As we rest our attention on shoulders, we often carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. So in this very moment, if only for a moment, I invite you to put down those weights. You can envision yourself actually lifting and taking off whatever that weight might look like to you. Allowing them to fall away until all that's left is a softened tenderness, a warmth and awareness of the amazing strength and courage and resilience of these shoulders. As you allow your attention to fall down, upper arms, elbows, forearms, and wrists. Finding palms and fingers and thumbs. Resting your awareness on your hands. These hands that help bathe you, and clothe you, that help prepare delicious food for you, that help feed you. Consider all the ways in which your hands help you move through the world. All of the gifts your hands give you, and the ways in which your hands allow you to connect with other people, those you care about, furry friends too. And in this rested awareness, we might allow our hands to soften, to allow them to rest as they bask in our gratitude. As we allow our attention to rise up spine and into throat. Our voice, the way we communicate with the world, the way we stand up for things we care about, the people we care about. Our jaws, softening the muscles of the jaw as we rest our attention. Allowing the tongue to become heavy in the bottom of the mouth. As we bring our awareness to teeth and to lips. And if it's accessible to you, I invite you to explore what it's like to turn the corners of your lips upwards, forming a gentle smile. Perhaps noticing how this gentle smile activates the apples of your cheeks, shining brightly, and behind cheekbones, eyes, and eye sockets. Tenderly softening brow and temple. With each exhale, letting go of any tension in the face. As we broaden our awareness to the interconnected nature of this whole body, this body that is whole and complete, perfectly imperfect, this vessel, this support system. I invite you to notice the sensations of your body. Perhaps noticing a sense of lightness or softness, relaxation, or perhaps not, and that's okay too. Gently, as you're ready, I invite you to broaden your awareness, perhaps noticing the sounds and sensations of the room that you're in. The sensation of air on your skin or a taste in your mouth. And gently, when you're ready, you might open your eyes if they were closed. allowing your eyes to wander and reorient in the room that you're in. And as we come to the end of our time together, I'd like to leave you with a quote. And the quote is, "Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the embodied experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude." And that's from somebody named Dennis Waitley. And that is my wish to you for the rest of your week. Love, grace, and gratitude.
Thank you, Brit.
You.